Ms. Franke, how do you plead to count 1, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
To count 3, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
Standing handcuffed in a white and gray jumpsuit, 41-year-old Ruby Franke, looking somber. A far cry from the bubbly momfluencer who once had millions of followers on her YouTube channel, 8 Passengers.
Today we are starting off our day the way we do every day.
Her personal brand built around tough love.
I was really hoping that keeping them home from school and wiping the floorboards would really bring pain.
Today pleading guilty to 4 counts of child abuse in a Utah courtroom. 2 additional counts were dropped.
With my deepest regret and sorrow for my family and my children, guilty.
It's the latest in the shocking saga for Franke, who was charged with unspeakable abuse against 2 of her own children. Showing their support for Franke in court, her parents, Chad and Jennifer, along with some of her siblings.
We are pleased that Mrs. Franke has accepted responsibility for her criminal actions and that justice is being served to the extent possible in this type of a situation.
The allegations were that she emotionally, physically, and even through the deprivation of food and sustenance and just shelter, abused these 2 children of hers. The charges involve knowingly or intentionally inflicting upon a child, specifically RF and EF, both Franke's children, serious physical injury, as well as permitting another to inflict serious physical injury upon that child.
Disturbing new details revealed in today's plea describe the children facing physical torture. One child, referred to as RF, was forced to do physical tasks for hours and days at a time. He was also forced to stand in direct sunlight for days that resulted in serious sunburns with blistered and sloughing skin. Prosecutors announced today that Franke will testify against her former life coaching partner, Jody Hildebrand, who's also been charged with abuse.
Those of you who are angry about principles, come and be taught. We'd love to have you.
The plea deal of Ruby Franke definitely smells of trying to catch the bigger fish.
She agrees to testify truthfully against Jody Hildebrand, and in return, the Washington County Attorney's Office agrees to remain neutral regarding future hearings before the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole.
Jody Hildebrand's attorney did not respond to request for comment. In a statement given exclusively to ABC News, Franke's lawyers wrote, Ruby Franke wants to take responsibility for the harm she's caused to her children and to her entire family. She knows that by pleading guilty and accepting the punishment, she is taking a step in the right direction to be accountable for her actions.
911, the address of your emergency.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help.
It was August 30th when Ruby Franke's 12-year-old son ran to a neighbor's home begging for help.
He's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty. What's your mom's name? Ruby Franke? Ruby Franke is his mom's name.
Franke's 12-year-old son's pain brings this neighbor to tears.
This boy has been... This kid has obviously been... He's obviously covered in wounds.
The house the boy says he escaped from, Jody Hildebrand's, hours south of Franke's house.
I'm Jody Hildebrand.
And I'm Ruby Franke.
Hildebrand was a marriage counselor who also treated sex addiction through her work with the counseling network LifeStar. She joined forces with Franke, a life coaching business called Connections.
All of us want connection. We want to have relationships where we feel close and where there's love.
You two stay on that corner.
Body camera footage obtained by ABC News, showcasing those intense moments when police swarmed Franke's home the day she was taken into custody.
Police department!
After the arrest of both Franke and Hildebrand, many wondered if there were missed warning signs. My colleague Juju Chang recently sat down with Jessie Hildebrand, who lived with her Aunt Jody as a teenager.
She made me sleep outside in the snow. She duct taped me. I wasn't allowed to speak to anyone.
What, in theory, was the justification for the duct tape?
The duct tape was, in her words, an external reminder to me that I'm a liar and that every word that comes out of my mouth is a lie. It's 100% Jody. And I understand why the public is focusing on Ruby. It's Ruby's children. But all of these theories and these modalities and these parenting ideas, that all comes from Jody.
Ruby Franke's eldest son, Chad, appearing in this video that raised concerns among many of her followers.
But what you guys didn't know was Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room.
Records indicate police responded to the Franke home more than a dozen times in the last few years, as early as 2018. A recently released 911 call made in September 2022 by Franke's own daughter, Sherry, alleging neglect and concern for the other children in the home.
Hi, my name is Sherry Franke. My 4 younger siblings are living in Springville, and my neighbors have been telling me that they have been left home alone for about 4 or 5 days.
Still, questions remain whether Franke will lose custody of her children. Franke's estranged husband, Kevin, filed for divorce following her arrest and has petitioned the court for full custody of their 4 younger children. For now, both Franke and Hildebrand remain in jail. Franke awaiting her sentencing in February. She faces a maximum of 60 years in prison.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.